Wet pussy. Wet pussy. Wet pussy. All right. Good morning, fellas. Like, I keep waking up late, so I fail to catch the London Open entries, but cool. So, just a quick recap, and then we will continue from where price day now. All right. So on the daily, I think this be the scenarios we're looking at, right? I think I put this in the mentorship group as well. So we're looking for price to have a full inducement. We're looking for an A plus because we've broken structure. So what's the thing? What does price do? Once we break structure, price would either pull back or create a new structure. So how do we know we have started pulling back? Right? Price action, of course. Now we're pushing into this zone. Right now, what are we expecting? We're expecting, say, price will break this high and give us an A plus, or into this zone, or into that zone for our inducement. But then again, we are not sure if we're pushing up yet. Do you understand? We could also push down before starting our pullback. So we need to investigate what's happening here, right? So on the daily, we know that our first target is to buy up to price takes this daily A plus, right? So I think at the beginning of the week we're somewhere here, so we had that buy bias, right? So on the 4 hour, we have a distribution here. The high of the distribution is the daily A plus, right? So what we're looking at was, because of this distribution, perhaps we could see price reacting from this distribution to push further down before we actually start our pullback, right? Or maybe create a new structure and continue selling from there, right? So we had this supply where we had price reacting from. Price was failing to break through the supply, so we went down on the 1 hour to see what was actually happening. So on the 4 hour, we're pulling back into this area to sell, right? But we got into this area, we came down. What we're looking at, I explained this thing before, so I just don't want to go too much into it. We looked at this area, that area. So we went on to the 1 hour to investigate what was going on in the 4 hour, right? So we had price pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Now, before we can assume the 4 hour is bearish, we need to have some sort of shift in market structure, and then possibly like an exhaustion to confirm that shift, right? Now, have we broken this? Okay, so fuck the girl. Fuck the girl. Fuck the girls. Fuck the girls. All right, so fuck the girls. So this is our last accumulation, right? Then we had a pullback, pushed, had a break of structure. We respected this zone and kept pushing up. So this being our last accumulation, once we break this low, we are confirmed selling. Also, we could have 50% confirmation if we have this market structure break here, right? So now we have this fake break of structure. Fuck the girls. Fuck the girls. We have this break of structure, this liquidity sweep, and then a push up. If we manage to take this high, then we'll have a change of character, giving us a new exhaustion point of exhaustion, right? So now, let me delete. No, let me delete this. We have price pushing up into this area. This is our last point of supply. If we break this, we're most likely going to break this high, right? It almost looked like we're going to break it, but as long as we haven't broken it yet, we'll still give it the maximum respect. So on the 1 hour, we had this being our last internal high. Breaking this high means or meant that we're still pushing up, right? Already we had this MSS here. That means this high is most likely not to hold. So we're still bullish until otherwise. So what we have to do is examine what price is doing here. We have our break of structure, break of structure. We have price pushing up. So we have this new range to work with, right? Now, since we're on the 1 hour, we've identified our 1 hour structure and bias. We can go on the lower time frames to understand what price is doing. Now, this is our break of structure on the 1 hour. We push up. We have another break here. Now, is this a fake break of structure or an actual break? We wouldn't know that yet because it's not so clear what it is. What I can what we'll do is that we'll have to go on the lower time frame to see uh, what price is telling us here, right? But from what I'm seeing, we have a fake break of structure. So then we would expect price to take this low. Would expect price to sweep this low to then go up. But if we manage to sweep the low of this break of structure, the low here, then we'll start to see price moving back down. Mostly when you have price giving you such, looks like we don't give a shit. Looks like we don't give a shit. Price giving you such a steep price action, we most likely would expect price to break and go down. So I'm still going to give this supply much respect and see what price does here. Right. So I think we have something to look forward to on our 1 hour. Right. So we need to examine price action within the 5 minutes and see what price is printing. Right. To mark our zones to confirm any sales. But if bear in mind, if this is our 1 hour fake BOS, then we know that after a fake BOS we have liquidity sweep. This will be our liquidity sweep. So we would expect price to come and sweep this low. So if we get any sales within this area, this will be our optimum target, right? We don't know whether price will go and take these areas, but at least we would expect price to come down, sweep this, and do this, or continue going up to give us something like this, right? So let's see if we have anything on the internals giving us any push down into this area, or if we're going to keep pushing up, right? We don't give a shit. 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 Looks like 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 we don't give a shit. All right. So, all right. So we're going to 5 minutes to examine what is going on within that area. Right. These I should probably be for. I like to have these markings. Okay, I need to hide these. Nigga. Nigga. All right, so on the 5 minutes, right? If you realize on the 5 minutes, this wouldn't have been a big, fake break of structure, right? So it's important to know how to and when to change within time frames. So now we're on the 5 minutes. We know in the 1 hour we're most likely targeting this area, right? So let's see price action. This was our low. We broke up, uh, pushed back into this zone, continued creating breaking structure to the upside. We pushed back, respected this zone. Okay, so on the 1 hour, this could be a change of character. So then, if we have this, sorry, on the 5 minutes, this could be a change of character. We have a fake break of structure here. We have a liquidity sweep reacting within this demand, and then pushing all the way to break this. So on the 5 minutes, this is a change of character. That means if we break here, we have an exhaustion or distribution, right? Which means break here, pull back, and then sell at least one more time. You understand? Which goes with our 1 hour bias of sweeping this low, this liquidity, and then pushing back up. Whether we're going to push back up and sell or push and continue, we don't know. So at least we know that if we break here, we could possibly have a push, a buy. So what we could expect is after this break, we could look for some buy over here. Let's see if we have any unmitigated zones here to expect our buy from. So we have our unmitigated zone. This could either hold or be a trap. So we could possibly sell and have our buy here, or we could sell, buy here into a pullback, and then this buy, we don't know for sure if it's going to hold or just push up and then sell. So at least we know we can have a possible buy here or even there, right? So we have these in mind. Now let's see what's happening here. If this is our low and this is our high, where would our HBC be? Our HBC would be here. So this should actually be a. So HBC is in the discounted area, so we're looking for price to sweep this and then push up, or maybe sweep it and then push up somewhere. Take note of what I'm doing. What I'm doing here is I'm just playing with our bullish trend, right? If we're to continue up, this is what we're expecting. We're expecting a reaction after this 62. So we could be buying from anywhere from here, right? Or here. Okay, we have a nice demand here. So we could be buying from here. But as to whether this will hold, we have no idea, right? Because we're also expecting price to push back down. So even though our range is bullish, we need to be mindful. Also, if you see this HVC candles pushing up, as you can see, we tried to break this, but we couldn't close above it. We couldn't close above that line. So it's most likely that the bulls are running out of power, right? So even though this is bullish, this range is bullish, we could be selling, right? So the best thing to do is wait for price to actually invalidate this low before we see what we can do. This demand, I don't know if it would hold. On internal, we have break, accumulation. Push. All right, so from what I'm seeing, we can possibly look to sell from here, right? This could be, we could break into this zone and then push up, right? Now, this will be an exhaustion. So we could push up and then start selling from here when people are actually buying, right? So I think the best thing to do is to wait for price to sweep this area. So we'll sit this one out. We'll sit this one out and then wait for price to get into this area before we start looking for sales. Probably during the New York session. This will not hold. So so I'll update this during New York session. Let's see. I'm expecting price to sell, but we don't have full confirmation yet, so it's not advisable to sell. We're either selling to buy or selling for a pullback to continue selling. So we'll see how this 5 minutes fit into our 1 hour. As you can see, our 5 minute story is almost fitting into our 1 hour story. So we just have to wait for 5 minutes to confirm, and then we probably see what price will do. Right? We have we have several accumulations. We have this accumulation here, pushing price up. We have a re-accumulation here. This is 5887. Oh, okay. Re-accumulation. 5886. Oh. All right. So we have this here, break of structure. Now, we have this accumulation here, right? So if we break here, come all the way to break here, we're most likely going to see price selling into the zone. If we find something we can sell, but it's not ideal. If we find something, we can sell into the zone, either this area or that area, right?